Ways to overcome our fears. We need to become aware of our fears and try to overcome them. Fear is a feeling that we all experience at different times in our lives. It's normal to feel fear when we're in danger, but sometimes we can feel fear even when there is no danger. When fear starts to control our lives, it can become a problem. It can poison our minds and we begin to doubt ourselves. Or we have anxiety because we walk around with fear all the time. There are many things that can cause fear. Some people are afraid of spiders, while others are afraid of public speaking. Some people are afraid of doing new things, while others are afraid of being alone. There are many different things that can cause fear, and it varies from person to person. Be honest and admit your fear. Most of the time, we avoid being honest and telling ourselves the truth about the things that bother us. Some of our problems and circumstances could overwhelm us with fear. And unless we admit that those challenges are making us afraid, we might not give a solution to them. The first step in overcoming fear is by being truthful to ourselves. You will mostly hear people say, face your fear. But how can we face our fears when we cannot acknowledge them? If there's anything that's making you fearful, admitting it is not a sign of weakness, but the beginning of your strength in overcoming that fear. He proclaims that he was fearful, and his fears were indeed taken away once he looked to the Lord and repented and refrained from his sin. Psalm 34:4. Don't let yourself be afraid. It's easy to let fear control us. In fact, we often do it without even realizing it. Fear is one of those things that seems to come from nowhere, and then suddenly there it is. You're walking down the street minding your own business, and suddenly you feel afraid. Or maybe you're at work, sitting at your desk, and suddenly you find yourself feeling anxious. The thing is, fear doesn't always show itself right away. Sometimes it creeps up on you slowly. Therefore, do not be anxious about tomorrow, for tomorrow will be anxious for itself. Sufficient for the day is its own trouble. Matthew 6:34. Ask for help to overcome your fear. There are people that can help you overcome your fears. We don't always have to keep everything to ourselves. Learn to ask people around you for help. Most times, the solution to a problem is an answer that may be in the hands of someone close to us. Always learn to open up to people who can help you. Carry each other's burdens, and in this way, you will fulfill the law of Christ. Galatians 6:2. We are meant to support one another. So reach out to someone anytime you realize that you seem too afraid about something. It's also very important to be around the right people, so you will feel comfortable seeking advice from them. Your associations matter. When you walk with people with the same goals and mindsets, it makes you feel free to share your fears with them. It's awkward to talk to others about your fears, especially with like-minded people. Get professional help. There might be certain circumstances where your friends may not be the best people to contact. That situation might be the one that requires a therapist to follow you through the journey of overcoming those fears. Professional help allows you to ask questions and get the appropriate answers. They've been trained as professionals to help guide you into victory. There is no shame in seeking professional help. Renew your mind and think positive thoughts. Our mind can only picture and believe what we allow it to believe. As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. You can't grow beyond your mindset. Unless your mind pictures the defeat of your fear, you will not believe that you can overcome that fear. It all begins in our minds. How can we see God's perfect picture concerning that situation unless we look at it from a different perspective? Our perspective can determine the outcome for any situation. God's Spirit in us casts out fears and gives us power, love, and a sound mind. Conforming our minds to believe that the Spirit in us does not make us timid, but makes us bold and courageous. Then we mentally overcome that fear. For the Spirit God gave us does not make us timid, but gives us power, love, and self-discipline. 2 Timothy 1:7. Confront your fears, do things that scare you. Doing things that scare you makes you come out of your comfort zone and helps you grow. Is there something you always wanted to try but you were always afraid? Well, don't waste time thinking about it. Just do it. Expose yourself to new experiences. This will help push yourself to the possibility that you can try something out of the ordinary. Once you do it, you will be so happy that you tried it. When I am afraid, I put my trust in you. In God who is praised in God, I trust and am not afraid. What can mere mortals do to me? Psalm 56, 3-4. You are not alone. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified because of them, for the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:6. Always remember that you are never alone. All you need to do is to cast those anxieties on God because He cares for you. Put your trust in God because He will guide you and instruct you along the way. We just need to be obedient and remain sensitive to His direction. it doesn't mean that nothing bad will happen. However, we know that whatever the outcome is God's will, and we can be at peace. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your hearts and your minds in Christ Jesus. Philippians 4:7. Thank you for watching. Please be sure to subscribe so you can be notified of future videos. Also, please share this video so we can spread the word together. God bless you.